Oscar Mabuyane, who is the Premier of the Eastern Cape, telling our reporter just a short while ago that the death toll there due to flooding in that part of the country has now risen to 6. It involves a respondent, we understand. Sipha Kema is on the ground watching this from a close vantage point. What is also difficult to digest, Sipha, is that children themselves are also at great risk of drowning during these floods.
Well, that is true, certainly, Ayanda. I mean, the children are at the greater risk of actually drowning or being swept away by those flash floods, especially when they are on the flood lines here by the riverbanks. And such actually did happen yesterday. But luckily and fortunately for them, their lives were saved. I do have the 2 youngsters here who actually who found themselves swept away by those floods. They found them towards the end of the river, but the community was actually able to save them. I think masiqale ngawe ntombi sithi uthi ukwenzeke ntoni izolo nihambe njani namanzi
behlele egalini qha xa siqala uphuma ndibe ngibona iwardrobe isangaphambili ndithi ke mna siphelele iwardrobe khandiphinde ndimbone ke ngoku after ndazibona sendisemanzini ndayoxhaseka phaa bebesithi abantu basijebe mantsibele kwelaa cala kwafika lo sisi wantsala nomnye ubhoti ndaphuma ke ngoku
ngoku ngelaa xesha ke ngokuhamba namanzi amanzi athathe ixesha lani wena xa ucinga ukuthatha usuka apha ngaphakathi uyotsho ngaphandle athathe ixesha ngakanani
hayi andiyazi kodwa bebile ixesha elininzi uhamba kulaa manzi
ebemanintsi amanzi
sisi.
Okay, just to quickly summarize what she said she was actually sitting inside her house, and that's when she saw the wardrobe floating in with water actually floating, and then that's when she tried to reach for her brother here, but then he was nowhere to be found, and she says that's when then the water swept her away. But fortunately for her, by the time she reached the end of the riverbank there, some community members helped her. Let's also speak to the brother and find out exactly what happened to him. Uhambe njani namanzi?
Uma ntombiyana besithi phaa komo ngoku besikhupha amanzi phaa kungena amanzi phaa egaleni siwakhupha phandle uthi ubonile iningi ngena phaa emnyango ejikeleza phantsi kwemilenze nje xa ndibheka ngondibona sekumnyama nomkana amanzi.
Wena umke namanzi? Uye wathini wena ngokumka namanzi? Kwenzeke ntoni ngokumka namanzi?
Oko ndibetheka apha kwamatye kule mithi lapha inceda phaa ngasezitholethi ndatsibela ngaphandle ndaphumela hlobo.
All right. Well, really sad and heartbreaking, of course. I mean, we just saw, as you know, the young lady was relaying her story. You can see that she's still, a bit shocked and traumatized by what happened. And yesterday, he says that his sister, which is the one that we just spoke to, said that lightning struck actually by the door and right under her foot while there was water inside their home. And he was also swept away. And he says that along the bank, he was actually hit on getting hit through the trees and getting scraped, of course, as he was going on by. But fortunately for him, he managed to escape. I think also, Ayanda, there are some issues here that need to be addressed. And one of the people that can tell us more about that is the ward councillor. As you can see, also, she's been on the ground assisting the community as well. Now, and it seems as though the situation that has been happening for a while. 2005 was the last time, but abandoned building on the floodline.
Yeah, this is a situation that we have to live with here in Ward 6 because people have no places to stay, and people have not been taken out of the shacks to any house for such a long time. So people are crowded in one home. That's why they take the initiative to come and build in such places. Because you know that when there's a large amount of families in one place, there seem to be arguments. People don't get along. So this person will try to find a place that at least she'll be able to be free and provide for the family. So I think the only or the most important situation that we're facing here is the thing of housing. It is a huge problem that we're facing here in Ward 6 because I don't even remember the last time that we had people that are moving from informals to housing. And if you heard the situation around this place here, people saying that yes, they do have site numbers, but they have not been moved to to their places.
Now, as the councillor, of course, you assist your community, especially when it comes to the local government issues. Now, we heard complaints saying regarding this relocation that people who were meant to be relocated were not, because their houses were occupied already when they were allocated those houses. Now, what is going to be the way forward? I mean, the Premier was here, the MEC of Human Settlements was here. How are you going to take this forward for your ward?
Yesterday, when I was busy doing all this thing and checking all around the areas, I found that there's a similar situation whereby people say, no, we do have, the meter numbers. We do have houses that were located for us, but we have not been able to move. And I asked some of the residents, can you please, when you write your name, write the site numbers on the side. So when I go Monday, I'll also go to the department, the Human Settlement Department, and check how far, what is going on. Because I'm the new councillor, I'm only here for 2 months, but I am saying I'm putting myself on the line here, trying to help the people, because I say that I'll be able to do it. So I'll try my level best to try and help these people here.
All right, thank you so much. That's the ward councillor, Ward 6 here in Duncan Village. Now, Ayanda, of course, as you know, this is not the only area that was affected by the floods in East London. We have Mdtansane, which actually was heavily hit yesterday. I mean, we saw posts on social media, people saying that they were trapped inside their homes. They couldn't get out as, it was flooding inside their houses. So that is where the Premier, the MEC of COPTA, MEC of Human Settlements, as well as the city of Buffalo City Metro Mayor Xola Phakathi will be going, and the gift of the givers as well. They're going to open a soup kitchen there and also hand out essentials to those who have been affected and displaced. For now, it's back to you in studio. We'll see you in Tanzania.
Sipha Kema, thanks very much indeed. Live to us there from Duncan Village in the Eastern Cape, one of several regions that have been hard hit by recent flooding that's taken place within the province itself. As you've heard there, she'll be heading to Mdtansane to help us count the cost of the damage at that region as well.